Just the other day, I dropped a video covering the new Xreal Eye and how it works with the Xreal One and One Pro. And I stand by that video, but I did want to circle around on one aspect of this.
Need this fantasy.
Now, if you want to go back and revisit that episode, you'll find it right here, and I'll put it in the description down below. But the highlights of it were this. The Xreal Eye does bring 6DoF to the Steam Deck, your phone. But with the one camera providing that room scan and that tracking, I found it a bit lackluster. But more than that, I found it unnecessary altogether. Because for me, I'm consuming this media from the couch, in a chair, always like sitting still. And so the need to get up and walk around is a moot one. 3DoF serves me well. Another big point of that video was that the only way to experience AR games of any kind is through the Beam Pro, which is $199. That's also the only way that you can make use of their Nebula system, which is an OS that provides icons, access to media like Netflix, etc., with something akin to an Apple OS ecosystem. I like the Beam Pro, but I personally use it because it's got those two stereoscopic cameras, and I love recording footage and revisiting it later in 3D. But the biggest hiccup in that was that for all the AR that device offers in tandem with the glasses, it doesn't yet have 6DoF. It just doesn't work. And where you can't use 6DoF with the Beam Pro, that is the only place inside the Beam Pro that you can capture content with that digital overlay so that you can record videos, take pictures of what you're seeing both in the real world around you and that overlay. Try doing that on the Steam Deck or your phone and you're only going to get video footage and none of the digital content. So that's it. That is my rundown of that previous video. And I stand by it in that I find 6DoF a bit unnecessary. I'm always sitting. I have no need for it. And I kind of doubt most people will either. Nobody's going to be standing up and walking around their room when they're playing the Steam Deck or watching Netflix. It's just not a thing. But after 2 comments in that video, I felt a need to revisit it. Specifically this comment from XGuy9999. He says, I have the Eye with the Xreal One and the 6DoF actually works for me. However, you do need perfect conditions, such as ample lighting. But when the conditions are ideal, the image remains stationary. I can approach it and it won't move. I can walk through it and even walk behind it to see the image in reverse. So that got me thinking. My house is small, it's cramped, and right now it's cluttered with stuff that we've just been piling up with the intention of doing a yard sale before too long. And so it's dark, it's small, it's cramped, and it's probably not the ideal lighting conditions. I mean, it's kind of all I've got, but his comment got me thinking. And so just yesterday, I was at a family event out in the woods, in the mountains, and I was showing the Xreal Eye and its 6DoF capabilities to my dad and my brother. And we were in the woods with this clearing on this bright day with this open field that must have gone 25 feet in every direction. And so you got a blue sky, you got trees and branches that are all one color, and the ground that's all one color, and it's wide and probably perfect conditions for something like this. And sure enough, you have 181 something inch screen, and we could walk around it. We could walk through it. And for the most part, it worked perfectly. Which is to say that I appreciate this comment from this guy, and he's not wrong. I'm wrong to some extent. A lot of lighting and specific conditions are needed to make it work. Without those, it does fall apart. But what it's doing is impressive for the one camera that the Eye has, which is not to say that it's perfect. For as cool as it was to finally be able to walk through the image and really interact with it like that, it still fell apart completely. 30, 40 seconds later, it just vanished into the distance and we couldn't get it back without long holding that action button. And even as it is working and we're happy with it, it is shifting slightly left and right on occasion, drifting by inches here and there. And as cool as this is for the one camera and the price point of that Xreal Eye, if tracking behaved like this on the Meta Quest 3, we'd never hear the end of it. Upload VR would be dropping articles on the hour, every hour, about how broken the tracking was. So it's kind of janky for what a seasoned VR enthusiast might expect, but for a low profile set of glasses like these, it is impressive. and I wish I had done more homework prior to making that video. Now, I still think that these are unnecessary. I don't need 6DoF because I'm always just hanging out. And another comment that this guy dropped resonated with me as well. He agrees that when it doesn't work, it's definitely janky, but he appreciates it because he likes the fact that he can lean forward and the screen doesn't move, which is fair. I don't care about 6DoF in these situations, but I'll admit it's noticeable if you lean forward. It does kind of escape away from you slightly. It's not enough that I care about it necessarily, but he's right. For it to work as expected with these micro movements, I can appreciate it. And so I just wanted to check in and say that I still stand by everything I said in terms of why I think this is mostly unnecessary, but it is doing better than I had let on, and I wanted to set the record straight. So thanks to everyone who comments all the time. Thank you to my members. I really appreciate you. And this was just a quick thing. So catch you guys next time, and Godspeed.